But the sense of family, the sense of belonging. You know, I remembered years ago when I was in the doctoral program at FSU, I was in Dr. Schellehammer's Tallahassee Winds, and you'd see these people who had been in the ensemble for 20, 25. Bentley, what was the long-standing person? 25 years, 20 years? 20 or 25 years. I mean, it was just unbelievable. The people were there because of their passion for music, but they were there also because of the social, and they just loved the director. And the Tallahassee Winds, by the way, marvelous group. And how many of you have heard the group before? Dwayne, stand up, please. Okay, Dwayne, sit down. Thank you. I told Dwayne he was one of the guys who harassed me the last couple of days. The result of our dedication, the passion for music, a passion for the arts, our love for our students. We've done so many things to inspire them. We're counselors. We are advisors. We are very interested, sincerely interested in our students for the right reasons, ladies and gentlemen. Inspiring young minds. We're shaping not only the future of music education, but also the future of our world. Good citizens. And now, thinking about expanding your worldliness beyond the classroom, I have an example I want to play for you. This is an all-girls band, and they're actually Chinese, but they're most popular in Japan. But the real point that I want to make is that if you can name all of the different types of these ethnic instruments that they're playing, write them down, and I will give you $1 million today at the end of this session. I promise. But just listen to this just for a few seconds. interesting, though, where they've taken period instruments for their culture, and they've brought them forward to the modern era, and they've added things. I know some of you might not like the particular style, but I found it interesting that we have done this already when you think about several hundred years ago and period classical wind instruments. But now, what about tomorrow? Where are we going to go with this music education, this instrumental music, these performing ensembles? How are we going to expand them? Where are we going to take them? You know, the old saying is bring them, meet them where they are and take them somewhere. So where are you going to take them? And the other issue is the social versus academic issue. How much social, how much academic? And not in meaning that we should have parties, social gathering. Joe Lukauer's in charge. Let's have punch and cake in the band room before or after rehearsal. But how much value as educators do we put on social? Many of us are very, very well-grounded academics, but do we ever think about the social? For example, from whence they've come, where these students coming from, what kind of backgrounds do they have, what is their socio-economic status? How can we take these young people and understand when they come in the door to us where they are, and then where can we take them? I would like for you to think of the idea that if we don't know where they've come from, then how can we even think about taking them anywhere? And of course, broadening educational perspectives, meaning that we should think out of our traditional mindset. I mean, a lot can be learned from listening to choral literature, listening to alternative instrument literature, New World music, ethnic music. There's so many different styles, genres of music with specific instruments dedicated to that style that we can learn from. You know, how many of you have heard the band version of Blessed Are They? How many of you have heard the original orchestral vocal version of this same piece? You see, and that is what we're talking about, is that there's so many people, band directors, who play that piece, the band transcription, and they don't know anything about the connection of the lines, the phrasing, the meaning of it, because they've never heard the original voices, but also, original vocal version, but also just the issue of phrasing and style. You know, when we're listening to that type of literature, the vocal literature, and orchestral literature, unbelievable, just what we can learn as bandmasters from listening to that. But that's stepping outside. That's saying that I'm going beyond the norm. And this is, I think, how we should shape our programs. How many times have our students, first of all, the young people that we're working with, ladies and gentlemen, they are very brilliant. They're very bright people, the young folks of today. They come in and they're already technology savvy, and they're already about 5 or 10 years ahead of us. They're coming in, and we're having to say now, please silence your PDAs, turn your cell phones off, turn your PDAs with video off. No texting during band rehearsal. How many of you have experienced this? And I mean, and if you're not careful, it will go rampant in your program. It really will. But the idea is that instead of shunning it, we must embrace it, because it is indeed a part of our future. I mean, I would love to sit in my band room and play a video through video conferencing or whatever, even Skype, to watch Dr. Schellhammer work with the Tallahassee Winds. You know, just a video camera on him. I'm in my band room, and it's there. The technology is there. And let's not talk about the advent of the iPhone, right? There's an app for everything, even for discipline. So. But the idea is that whatever it is, and I don't have the answer, we've got to think beyond the norm. We've got to think about creating alternative ways of attracting students to instrumental music, and also with rehearsal techniques. The students come in, and after about a month, they figure it out. They come in, they take their instruments out of the case, and now let's play long tones. Mindless. Let's go through our scales. Yeah, right? And if it is repetitious, the same thing, the same way every single day, they turn their minds off. You see? And creating alternative rehearsal techniques, very, very important. But the most important thing is that in order to teach them, you've got to get them in there, and you have to keep them there. And to me, it's a masterful task, because you have to look at, again, from whence they've come, where are they coming from, and then get them in the door, lock the doors, let them go home now every day, and take them forward.